Yes guys, what's going on? Welcome back. It is episode number 14 of the Summer Career Mode. Hope you're all doing well. Really big win away against Stoke in our last game on the back of what was our first defeat in 9 games at home to the league leaders Wolves. Right now, 4th place, 2 games to go before the halfway stage. We're not going to catch Wolves or top of the championship right now. We're only 6 points off Leeds and on a good run of form right now. A chance to catch them and move into the top 2 today, or possibly even drop out of the playoffs depending on how we get on. So loads of big games coming to Championship, FA Cup 3rd round as well, plus the January transfer window is going to open with 4 million in the budget. Our first of many games, Swansea at the Kassam. Come on to use. Chatting to one of my colleagues recently who's from Swansea, part of the Jack Army, and he's really excited about the minority ownership from Luka Modric. And also, as we've seen, Luka finally departing Real Madrid and going to AC Milan, about to turn 40 next month. We were talking about this a little tongue-in-cheek, sure, about the prospect of one day Modric playing for Swansea. But honestly, I believe that Modric is one of those players who could literally still play at a very high level at around, oh, what a save, 43, 44 years old. Now, when I was a kid, the prospect of someone playing at that level at that age was just a myth. It wasn't even real. But genuinely, I believe with the way that some of these athletes keep hold of their bodies and with the improvements in sports science and nutrition and discipline as well, I really believe that Modric is that kind of player that could still play at a really solid level in his early to mid 40s. Even at AC Milan next season at 40, he's going to show you he's still got the ability. And I'd love it if one day, as with my colleague, if he went to Swansea for one final year at the age of about 46 years old and just looked like a Croatian vet Joe Allen, I guess. I think Modric is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated superstars we've had. That is so typical career mode, isn't it? Like 4 great attempts, all saved, and 1 shot on my goal and it goes in. Modric is one of those kind of like underrated superstars of my generation. His class was evident when he first arrived at Spurs and sometimes was wasted playing out on the flank. And when he was moved in field, that was when you saw, oh, this guy's got something absolutely special. And it isn't just his technical ability, but I think his intelligence as well, his knowledge of the game, if that makes sense. And also the physicality too. You know, he's got much more energy sometimes than people give him credit for. As Jerry Yates is through, great save by Cumming, and it remains at 1-0. But yeah, when he does hang it up, it'll be a sad day for football. He's a legend of the game, in my opinion, and maybe not legend of football. I mean, that's a really tall order. That I've said before how to me the word legend is used far too often nowadays. I think it should only be reserved for like 5 or 6 players. There's Higgins. Oh, how on earth did he miss that? Puts it wide of the post. But I probably would put him as a Real Madrid legend now. I would probably say he's a top 5 or top 6 Real Madrid legend for all he did there, for all his years spent there, for the way he conducted himself, for all the legends Real Madrid have had. Would you put him in the top 5? If not, then he's definitely just outside of it. I think he deserves it as well. It had been a good run of form for Oxford, but now it's going to be brought back down to earth. Jerry Yates at the double gives Swansea the shock win at the Kassam, and these are the games you can't drop the points in if you want to be promoted. It was a nice run, only 1 loss in 10, now it's 2 in 3, and brought right back down to earth with back-to-back losses at the Kassam. So disappointing, and I'll say it once again, these are the games you have to win if you want to be a promoted team coming in the season. Right, we'll move straight past it and hopefully get back to winning ways in this one. Away from home, newly promoted Luton Town, who suffered back-to-back relegations, but now they are back in the 2nd tier. Hatters away at Kenilworth Road our following game. Got to return to winning ways in this one after a terrible result here. Nice good through that to Adebayo. A deep cross is headed on goal. And saved by coming to the near post. Yeah, this is the moment where I feel it's got to be sorted out ASAP. You know those kind of pre-runs, if you will, where you know the danger is right around the corner and you got to stop it before it starts, if that makes sense. This is it, I feel. This is it. 2 defeats in 3. Struggling Luton side. If we lose this as well, yeah, this is where the season could start to unravel, just like it did last season around February time. Got to put an end to this poor mini run here as Cumming makes a smart save. Let's go. Teddy to Louis. I see a man out wide. He continues his run. But Sibley says, mate, you be the dummy runner because I'm going to send it through to Higgins. Yes, come on. Under pressure, slipping on the wet turf, but still manages to find the top corner. Who else but the top scorer? Michael Higgins. I don't think we're going to catch the top two. I mean, Wolves, you might as well give them the championship now. They're just too good not to be finishing in the top two, if not as championship at the bare minimum. But as for Leeds as well, I think... Oh, great save coming. Amin does well. It's not fully cleared though. It'll come back in. Amin blocks the first shot coming, saves the second. I don't think we'll catch Leeds either. That top two, I think, is just too good for us to catch, really. So, yeah, like I said earlier in the season, for me, I think we just got to target that top 6 finish. 3rd to 6th, 4 places. Get yourself back in the playoffs and do your best to get back to Wembley again. That's our aim for the rest of the season. Forget the top 2. We're not going to make it. 17 to go. Still can't believe we're in front in this game. It's been Luton, the far better team. Malik does well. Spencer, not so much. And Cumming does really well to get low down to his right and push it behind for a corner. This is going to be a really undeserved win if we can hang on. Quarter of an hour to do so. And what a huge 3 points it will be as well. Huge 3 points at Kenilworth Road to steady the ship after 2 losses in 3. Not at our best, didn't deserve to win it, but still managed to find a way to do so. That is what we'll have to do if we are to remain in a playoff place for the rest of the season. Right, we'll quickly jump out of this and into the next one. 3 days time, we're against Swansea again, but this time away in South Wales. Just so recently beat us at the Casam. Now let's try and get our revenge here, and to be fair, keep our really long unbeaten run going, stretching all the way back to our defeat against Millwall back in October. Following game, Swansea away in Wales. Oh man, I tell you, like, seriously, it's going to be very hard to make the playoffs this year. I think even harder than last year, personally. Because again, the top 2 are a lock, really, I feel. I mean, well, at least Wolves in first. Sibley, acres of space to shoot, and if you back off, your swag's off. Bit of crisp move there as Louis Sibley belts one in off the post, giving all the space to shoot, and he says, all right, I will. 1-0 Oxford. Chris move is waiting on a noob. Chris Move is waiting on a noob. Now there is a legend. There is a top 5 legend of the YouTube gaming scene. If you're doing YouTube gaming legends and you've only got top 5, Chris Smooth is in there. Always in my book. Time on the left hand side. With Hugo to beat. Hands. I love the animation. Hugo's got his hands behind his back there and then lunges into thin air. But I like that. Oh, I like that animation he added in. It kind of is a bit just pointless and only for the aesthetics, because obviously handballs, unless you turn them on, then they don't count if the ball hits the arm. I have them on for free kicks, but not for penalties. But it still looks really cool, doesn't it? Nice bit of immersion there from EA. Anyway, Cameron Brannigan takes the ball over the halfway line, back to Curry, and here's Paqueta down the left-hand side, and the Polish winger steps in field and finds the goal scorer Louis Sibley. And he says, round two? Oh, keeps! You want that one back, I know, but Louis Sibley will call it a second banger of the game. Poor goalkeeping, caught out from range again. Oxford 2 up, but you got to see this on the replay, man. That is woeful keeping. Surely not goal. How's he not saved that? Yates out to Josh Timon, and yes, Hugo. Everywhere, this man, absolutely everywhere. Left back, right back, centre mid, right mid. Played him everywhere this season. He's like our Kante, and as we still lead by 2, he just covers so much grass. What was that meme people used to say? Like 80% of the planet is covered by water, the rest is covered by Kante or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, go on, Sibley. Hat-trick of long shot goals. No, this time the keeper bests him for the first time, and Swansea will get it away. Easy. Come on, don't lose the clean sheet. We've been really poor defensively recently, and we have indeed. Liam Cullen gets the Swans back in it. Corner in the final second for Swansea. You know this is going in. It's headed up in the air by Curry. He should get that first though, and he will. Knocks it on for himself, and that will do it. Oxford will grind it out by a goal once again, but we'll say it, wins are wins, unconvincing or not, and if we win the remaining games, we will at least be a playoff place. Long way to go though, that's the official halfway stage of the season now reached. Now let's move on to our following game. Once again, only 3 days separating the fixtures, not enough rest time, so tired legs this one, our final game before the January transfer windows. Stoke at home, well we haven't wanted a cast down for a few games now, let's make sure we put it right here with a big 3 points, come on. And once again, we've got a game in 3 days' time. Was almost caught coming out there trying to get it back to him. Good keeping from Jamie to keep it at 0-0. But yeah, in the last one against Wolves, I just threw out a backup side because we were tired for the game anyway. And there was very little chance we'd beat them regardless. So we do the same against Leeds. Leeds and Wolves, to me, are just too good for us to battle against. So for now, whenever we face them, just don't worry about it, man. Seriously, win these games and forget about the top 2. Higgins, brilliant hold-up play. Goodrum is through, and the young Irishman belts one just wide. He's not been quite as good as Dembele this season. Goodrum, he's been alright. He's got me a couple of goals, got me a couple of assists, but yeah, I definitely, if I could play that summer window again, I would have given Dembele a new contract. He's not like he was like 40 or whatever. He was still young enough to not be downgraded for a while. I should have kept Dembele after how good he was last season, but never mind. Never mind. Can't always get things right in the transfer market. Just learn from your lessons next time out. Teddy finds Sibley. And Brace scoring that last game. Finds Goodrum across, and Higgins definitely going to miss from close range. Nice ball to open up the play. Goodrum across. Higgins with the tap in 1-0. That was a lovely ball through by Sibley to open up the play there. I really do think that in... Oh, Higgins, what a touch. And a brilliant finish for his second as well. I really do think that in future... not necessarily future versions of FC, but I think in future stats recording, I really do believe that hockey assists are going to start to be shown. And hockey assists, for those who don't know, is basically the pass before the assist, if you will. So for that first goal, it was Sibley who would have got the hockey assist for the ball into Goodrum before the pass across to Higgins. Because sometimes those passes can be the most important ones. Because that pass by Goodrum, anyone could have made that across the 6-yard area. I think even I could have made that pass to Higgins there for the simple tap-in. But the ball from Sibley was far more difficult and far more important, if you will. So yeah, I think in future versions of FC, possibly, but definitely in stats recording, we are going to see hockey assists now be given a bit more credit. Just passing out the clock with 3 minutes to go, conserving a bit of energy ahead of that Leeds game. It's going to be 3 straight wins for the U's, back on track after a disappointing loss at home to Swansea. And I would definitely say that we've weathered what was a mini storm. It was like a flash flood, really, if you will, after back-to-back defeats at home, 5 goals conceded, no goals scored. Yeah, mini flash flood. We've weathered it, and now we are back on track. Right, after this then, January window is now open. Before we think about transfers, let's just dive into the following game. It's Leeds at home again, but I'll say it, whilst right now we are still in the playoffs, and not that far behind Daniel Farke's side, I really don't believe we're good enough to catch them, or of course the front runners Wolves. So I'm going to throw out a mostly rotated side for this one at the Kassam and just hope for a point at best. Come on, the U's. I've been impressed with the business Leeds have done in the summer as well. Really impressed. They've signed a couple of my career mode kind of like fan favourites, if you will. Xhaka, the cheat code in my Bologna Udinese save last year. And Anton Stack, who of course we used in our last career mode with Mönchengladbach. I'm a big fan of the lads they've got in from Wolfsburg as well. So yeah, I think they'll stay up. I think Leeds are going to stay up this year. That's my, I don't know if it's a bold prediction, but that's my big prediction for this upcoming Premier League season. After back-to-back years of all 3 promoted teams going down, I think Leeds will break the mould this year and stay in the Premier League. This is why I wanted to rest all my players for this game. Literally, inside the first 5 minutes, we get what might well be our first proper injury of the season. We've had a couple of knocks. But now Brannigan going down. That is why I didn't want to start any of my starters. And typically, one of the only ones we've got out there gets an early injury. Joel Perot offloads. Joe Rodden takes his time. And the Welsh international plays the 1-2. Ilya Gruev. What a ball. What a ball from the Bulgarian. Ilya Gruev into Joel. Leads in front. 40 minutes in, still certainly in this one, as Gudram finds Marcelino Ferdinand, and the young Indonesian does well for finding Gudram, and the space opens up. Hold on. Oh my word, what was that? Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, never mind getting called up for the Republic of International Senior side. I think you'll be in Owen Farrell's side with a 3-point conversion like that. What on earth was that? Sorry, Andy Farrell, not Owen Farrell. I know my Irish followers out there will be saying, Doxy, boy, come on, seriously. But anyway, Leeds looking for a second goal here. We've had our chances today. As Joel slides it through. Cumming makes a really good save with the mid-drift there, turning it behind for a corner. And it remains at 1-0. Just like the game against Wolves, even though we've been second best in this game, we have had our chances, just haven't taken them. There's definitely going to be a second goal in this one, but it could just as easily be a second for Leeds as it could be a leveller for us. Oh, you know what I'm realising as well as I'm making the changes, I forgot to start one of my academy boys for the game. Sorry about that. I totally forgot that rule, man. I thought I had Malik out there, but I didn't. I put in Spencer instead. That's my bad, guys. Sorry. First time in the save I've not done that, and apologies for that. I guess in a way, if it does end up as a winners Leeds, we could call it a forfeit for that mistake. Sorry, honest mistake. Totally forgot. My bad. Yeah, supposed to be 2 players in every league game now. We're in season 2. And I think I've done it for every game so far this season, but this one I totally forgot. I didn't even play 1 player at the start, let alone 2. So I guess in the end it's karma that we do end up losing the game due to me forgetting that rule. My bad, guys. Sorry about that. Totally forgot. But yeah, I guess fitting we lost this game was my punishment, if you will. Anyway, speaking of youth players, following this, 3 more scouting updates to see what we got. Where from England, there is some elite talent here. Absolutely phenomenal young players. Including Joshua Rowe, who looks really, really good. I'm going to give him a scholarship. The rest I'm going to scan, but honestly, all of these players could get scholarships based on these ratings. And from New Zealand, I don't think anyone's going to make the cut from this month here. And actually, this is the final month of scouting. So we got 1 New Zealand player in the academy. And as for Trinidad and Tobago, we've got the goalkeeper we wanted in Chad Gray. So because of that, we could be quite good. But no, do you know what? I'm going to say we only need 1 goalkeeper from Trinidad and Tobago. But to be fair, I wouldn't mind another one that's quite young, just in case he doesn't work. So actually, I'll put 2 in, just in case Chad doesn't work out, but the rest can get scrapped. So yeah, as January is here, again, 4 mil in the budget. And when you look at the academy right now as well, I'm going to make a decision as well for the youth squad, and that is promote Chad, because again, his potential has gone down quite a bit. So I'm quite glad in the end I did give Dennis a scholarship, just in case his potential drops a bit further. But I'm going to give Juanid a pro deal, because he's 17. Jonathan Rowe's definitely going to get one. I can already tell he's going to be a really good player. And I might give one to the Trinidad and Tobago goalkeeper as well. And I'm going to add them all to the loan as well. So you'll see the potentials on the screen right now and what they are. And they're all going to get added to the loan list as well. So what I'll do as well is I'll recall those scouts, because now they're finished. And once the scouts come back, I can send them out. How long does that take? Oh, there we are. 2 days. 2 days of simulation. So, right, I'm going to send my scouts out once again for the following 3 months, and we haven't gone to North America yet either, so I'm going to go to North America for the next 3 months, and we'll scout, where should we scout? Costa Rica? That sounds quite cool. Looking for the next Joel Campbell, possibly. Well, we were looking for a right winger, weren't we? So why don't we do that? Let's go for a right-sided player that hopefully could be left-footed on that right-hand side as an inside foot. I don't like to specify roles, by the way. I like to cast the biggest net possible, but for this one I will. Looking for a right winger from Costa Rica in the final 3 months. And for our final scout, again, only 3 months here. And so far in Europe, we've only done England. So let's go for another European nation. And let's go for a country I've not scouted yet, but they are a new one for this year's FC, I believe, and that is Lithuania. I don't think I've scouted Lithuania before. A new nation for this year. We'll scout them, and let's see if we can find ourselves a... Oh, I miss when you could just look for anyone, man. That's what I want to do, look for anyone, really. Let's go for a playmaker from Lithuania. And you know, another winger as well. A winger or a playmaker. and see what we can find from Lithuania for the final 3 months. So Lithuania and Costa Rica joining England for the rest of the season. Right, let's try and squeeze in 2 more games today, at least this one for sure. Next up, QPR in the FA Cup. So yeah, 3 straight wins ending our last game, but I won't mind one bit if we win the following game, and this putting us through to the last 32. QPR at the Kassam next up in the Cup. You know, technically, if you want to play devil's advocate, by the way, I did stick to that rule in the last game by playing those 2 Youth Academy graduates, because I had Goodrum and Goodwin out there, and they're both out of the Oxford Academy in real life. So technically, if you want, I did play 2 Youth Academy players in the starting 11 from the beginning of that game. But come on, Doxy boy, that's literally, that's a loophole, mate. That's a loophole right there. We're not counting that. Come on now. But anyway, 1-0 down here. QPR with the opening goal, and as much as I'd like a cup run and going through to the next round, again, the most important thing is oh, how on earth did the keeper readjust there? The most important thing is staying in the playoffs right now. I'm not going to wave the white flag here and get knocked out for strategy reasons, but I'm not going to be too mad if we do go out. A win against Sunderland away in the Championship in the following game would be far more important to us. That's a nice ball through, that really nice ball. Man, it comes across and sent tumbling as Jamie keeps us only down by 1. Excellent stop by our goalkeeper, who is out of contract come the end of the season, by the way. No clubs have put in a pre-contract offer for him yet. But I don't know what I'm going to do with him, really. Am I going to give him a new deal, or just put faith in one of our young goalkeepers as Higgins goes down? And there's a worry. Just got a serious injury for Brannigan, out for the month. And for Higgins, well, I have to say that is a huge concern. That may well be, I should say, a broken toe. Based on the animation, I think that's most probable, as well as, oh, that's not what I meant to do. If that is a broken toe for Higgins, which we expect it to be, then I'm not going to say the season's over, but yeah, him missing the next 3 months, that is going to be absolutely devastating to our chances of getting into the playoffs, let alone the top 2. 27 to go, back on level terms. Yeah, Teddy will have that. And he's going to have to step up big time if Higgins is down, as Ferdinand finds Goodwin. Now back to Teddy. Teddy, great dribbling, better finish! And he said, Gaffer, no problem, I'll answer the prayer. What a goal from Teddy, first in ages, and what a time to get it. Oxford complete the turnaround, we're in front. Well, that is what you call a resilient display from the U's, trying to prove they're not a one-man team. A goal down at the break, and Higgins forced off through injury. The boys said, don't worry about it, we'll bail the boy wonder out. Coming from behind to get the win and through to the 4th round. Let's see who we've got and how bad that injury is for Higgins as well. Best case scenario, it's a 4-week injury like the one we just got for Brannigan. Worst case scenario, 3-month broken toe, which based on the animation is what I'm expecting. I've played the game so long now, I can kind of tell what the injuries are going to be based on the animation. And it is going to be... Yep, 3-month broken toe, on course to join the 40 club, and now that prospect ended and our chance of making the playoffs taking a massive blow. And as I've just loaned out our 3 young players out of the academy, you'll see where they've gone on the screen. It's Leicester away at the King Power, by the way, in the FA Cup 4th round. We'll have that tie in the following episode. But to close this one out, a big one here, Sunderland away at the Stadium of Light, heading into this only just in the playoffs right now, and a loss here in the North East will probably see us drop out of the top 6. No captain, no top scorer. Let's see if it's no problem for the U's or a big defeat here that will see us drop out of the top 6. What are we made of now in a really tough patch? Come on, the U's. Well, the January window open now as well. I think we need a new striker, because Goodwin and O'Donker, oh, good save coming, are clearly nowhere near the level of the boy wonder. So we've got to get a new striker, I think. I think we need to sell one of those 2 young forwards. Oh, it's Trey Hume heads in the opener and sign a new striker. Because without Higgins, where are the goals going to come from? Yeah, we've got major problems between now and the start of April, when we'll have Michael back in the team. Because we ain't going to get the goals through Goodwin and O'Donker, and that means we're in major trouble unless we can find a gem in this January window to cover the gaps whilst the boy wonder is down. But that'll do it for today's episode of the Summer Career Mode, guys. Big thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. So you'll have a fantastic day. I'll return next one with the rest of the January window, where I think for sure going to have to sign a new striker, with Higgins out with a broken toe, and the FA Cup 4th round against Leicester away, and more games in the Championship, aiming to get back to winning ways after back-to-back defeats. Have a great day, much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.